Do you want to have more self-confidence and the ability to succeed more? Well, if so, watch this video, because it turns out that the more self-confidence that you have, the more you naturally succeed. And you've probably seen that. You probably look at successful people in whatever area you want to succeed in, whether it's in work or relationships or finances or business or athletics, anything. The person that's very successful is also very confident. They boldly speak up, or they're a leader, or they interact with the room, or they can talk to anyone, or they're charming. So what's going on there? And is it possible for you to succeed more by increasing your self-confidence? And the answer is yes. That's regardless of the particular area that we're looking at for success. So these are generalizable to anything in life. So what are the 3 tips that I have to increase your self-confidence? So tip number 1 is you have to own your strength. Without this foundation, it becomes very hard to succeed. And basically what you're doing is you're trying to play the game with, one hand or even 2 hands tied behind your back. That's what not knowing your strengths is like. And maybe you're saying, oh, I got to be humble, so I shouldn't brag, or who am I? Oh, I'm a nobody, or that's arrogant, or I don't want to be egotistical. I don't want to be one of those people. All these stories to really not be humble or open-minded. It's really about keeping yourself less than what you're capable of. It's a strategy to diminish yourself and rob yourself of the energy, the power, the strength, and the confidence that is accessible when you own your strengths. I am capable at this. I am good at this. I can learn that. These are the qualities that I have. You want to know them, not so you can brag about them and convince others that they're true, so that you can use them, right? Let's say someone owns the strength of I'm really good at talking to people. Do you think that person's going to be more likely to go interact with people in their workplace and build connections? Do you think that person's more likely to go reach out socially? Yeah, because they've identified that strength and they own it and they know it. So as you're watching me, as you're listening to this video right now, what are 3 strengths of your own? Can you access them right now? Just think of them one after the other. Don't overanalyze, don't second guess it. Just what are 3 things that you know that you bring in any area of your life, socially, romantically, in work, in business, finance, career, skill sets. So start to build that connection with your strengths and maybe get even more than 3 after this video. That's number 1. You own your strengths. Now what do? People who have success, their self-confidence allows them to have that success because they're willing to, number 2, bet on themselves. Are you willing to bet on yourself? Everyone who's successful has taken a number of risks. Success is really defined as how many risks have you taken and how many of those have gone the way that you would hope that they would go. And so if you talk to anyone who's been successful in any venture or anything in life, and you said, hey, have you taken basically no risks and just leapt once and you made it? That person would probably say no. Most people are like, oh, I tried this and I did that and I failed here and I failed there. I failed my way to success. That's extremely common. I'm sure you've heard that, right? So what's going on there? Well, that's sort of a success principle. Failure is a stepping stone to success. Yes lives in the land of no. Failure is part of the process. You might know that when it comes to success and self-help, but a lot of people don't live that way. They don't do that. Why? Because they haven't developed the skill, the muscle of self-confidence, which is I'm going to bet on myself. I'm going to take that risk. And so how do you do that? You develop that capacity by doing it more. So if you're hesitating and you're the kind of person who's like, well, I'm not going to do that until I'm sure. Oh, I don't know about that. I'm going to find the reasons why I could fail here and why I wouldn't learn from that failure and why I wouldn't just keep going after that. Well, you're not going to build that self-confidence and you're not going to succeed in the ways that you want. You got to be willing to bet on yourself. And the more you bet on yourself, the more you take the risks, the more your self-confidence is going to grow, and that's going to lead to success in any area of your life. Tip number 3, you must learn how to thrive in the rapids. What does this mean? Well, okay, you've taken the risk, you've leapt, you own your strengths, step number 1. Step number 2, you've taken the risk, you go for it, and then right? It's like, now what? Now you're on the date. Now you're in the relationship. Now you got the business going. Now you got the new role, right? People are like, I got the promotion. Yeah. Wait, what do I got to do? Oh, I'm overwhelmed. I'm not good enough for the imposter syndrome, right? That's all normal. That's all to be expected. That is not wrong. That's not bad. That's not a sign that you're supposed to downsize and never try again. It's a sign that you're growing and you're expanding and you're outside your comfort zone. And my friend, life begins outside of your comfort zone. True life, an energized life, a life worth living, a life of adventure, of wild and passionate exploration, experimentation, that comes outside your comfort zone. So congratulations, you've arrived. You're already successful. You've done what most people will never do. And now, tip number 3 is to learn how to adapt to it, because it's uncomfortable. It's freaky. I'm in the rapids. What if my boat turns? What if this? What if that? Yeah, higher risk, baby. higher reward. So the key here is to find that way to navigate. And the more self-confidence you have, the more you learn how to speak to yourself, how to soothe yourself, how to guide yourself, how to talk yourself through challenging situations, be your own coach, be on your own side. So that is the third way that self-confidence leads to success. And if you want to build your confidence and your success even more than ever before, I recommend my step-by-step system called the Confidence University, which guides you through massive success and confidence upgrades in your core confidence, social confidence, career confidence, and dating and relationships. So if you want to be the most confident, bold version of you in all areas of your life, click down below to check out Confidence University, or you can go to theconfidenceuniversity.com. Thanks for being with me today. Until we speak again, may you have the courage to be who you are and to know on a deep level that you're awesome.